Hello beautiful beings. So I'm making this video today from my bedroom that I'll be in for another couple of weeks until I move out, and I wanted to revisit the topic of unconditional love, and not just unconditional but just love, love as a subject in all of its messiness and its embodiment. And with Valentine's Day being just around the corner in a couple of days, it seems like a good topic to explore. That I find that love is our greatest teacher, and we are never done with the lessons of love. That it will continuously elevate you, crash you into the ground, break your heart, open your heart, fulfill you, frustrate you. If you allow yourself to surrender to the gifts that love can give you, it's deeply humbling and it brings you back to yourself. But to do that, you have to let go of the belief and your ego's its image of what it thinks that love should be, and how it thinks this journey should be, how it feels that a relationship should be, and obviously relationships with partners are one of our greatest teachers. That we go through so much with each other, that we are able to teach each other so many incredible lessons to really help each other to let go of patterns and ways of seeing the world that no longer serve us, to help us to elevate together. And unfortunately, romantic partnerships are cloaked with so much fantasy, so much suffering, so much lack of love, that really is heartbreaking. That for me, I believe that this awakening is helping us to remember what love truly is, what partnership truly is, what our roles are with one another, what we're here to teach each other, and not just romantic partnership but friendships and family members as well, seeing the greatest depths of love in all of its beauty. So what I feel is that if you have the courage to truly surrender, to truly be in the moment, to truly open your heart, to truly follow what your heart tells you, then you really have the ability to break through, and it can be so incredibly painful. And sometimes you need to go against what your ego, sometimes you're told, oh, I should only go with someone who goes with my expectations, who treats me in a way that looks after me. But really the lesson of love is, can I be the one who is so truly loving, so truly forgiving, that that love has the ability to overcome all boundaries, to create miracles, to help one another to rise, no matter what the outcome is, letting go of expectations and being in the present moment. You let go of the need for a future to go in a certain direction. And what I've found is that when you do that, you have the ability to love so deeply and fully and open-heartedly in the moment, that all you feel is deep gratitude for that person. You don't take them for granted for 1 second longer, because you realise that every time you go in these patterns of expecting, of projecting onto that person, of judging them, of holding on to them. That love is actually not being able to come through because you're trying to hold on to that love and pull it towards you. And yet when you let each other just be who you really are, you find that love just blossoms of its own accord. So I'm just going to read you something that I wrote a couple of years ago now, I think, and yet it's still as relevant today as it was then. It says, "Is love holding each other through the night, laying together in the sun, basking in the light, seeing each other in the brightness? Is love the distance that holds hearts apart, the fear of separation, overcoming obstacles with dedication to support each other through hell and back, running into each other's arms knowing that if you can get through that, you can get through anything, an army of two wanting to stand up for all that is true, to make this world a fairer place, learning our lessons at our own pace. Love is beyond jealousy, playing games every day, feeling the same, the monotony of everyday life enclosing our hearts and making us feel we need to part, to feel the freedom to give our souls room to breathe. Is love the falling apart, the intense fear of losing one another? And yet love patiently waits through the storm, seeing it through, witnessing the chaos and loving it anyway, breaking us down, knowing that we need to fall apart to rise back up again. Love is the rush of ecstasy on first meeting, the never-ending thoughts of them, the rush of energy, the magnetics of attraction. Love is the everyday magic, the laughs, the cuddles, the ridiculous, tickling me until I cannot breathe, giving me space to breathe, holding me close when I'm afraid you'll leave. Love is the deepening of each day, taking us deeper into the depths of who we are, teaching each other how strong we can be. Love is teaching me to love myself and overcoming the fear that being free is being alone. Love is wanting to build us a home, a life together, knowing that we may not have forever, but we have this now. Love is going on miraculous adventures together, climbing mountains, standing under the northern lights, reaching the heights of this world, then laying in the dark unfurled, opening our hearts, knowing that this is the start of something more, a chance to be adored and adore. Love encompasses the highs and the lows. It is more than our hearts currently know. It is beyond the confusion, the worry, the joy. It is the complete abandonment and surrender, until you are so unraveled that you are willing to let them go, because their happiness is worth more than holding on to them. Allowing each other to grow, to know even more of love, that love is a never-ending journey, and that there are no limits. There is no state that cannot be overcome. Even in death we will be home. For love is what we came from, love is what we are. Love is what we hold most dearly in our hearts. When we have the courage to let go of the drama and really know that no manipulation, no insecurity, no state can hold you back from love, because it is all that you are. Hearts will always be connected from afar, and to the very stars above there is no separation. Dedicate yourself to the love that you are, and if I can only watch you rise from afar, I will gaze upon the shooting stars and know that you are shining brightly, and be proud, knowing that I once held you tightly, and you will be the most precious chapter in my memoir, and you will always be in my heart. Embrace love in all of its complexity, flowing so intricately, following every synchronicity, until we are who we'll finally be. After riding the waves at sea, rising and crashing, we reach the pure, calm waters until we are finally free. You seeing me seeing you, walking through the fire, letting go of desire, reaching ever higher, and rising in unconditional love, and in total surrender. Tell me, are you ready to take this adventure? So that made me a bit emotional. And just with just pure gratitude for all of the deepest loves that I've received, and how it's made me the person that I am. And sometimes the deepest, most loving moments of my life have been when things haven't been going right, when I've been in separation, when things between me and other beings have not been going very well, and yet the love between us in those moments of things not going right has been the deepest love than just that fantasy of when things are all good and beautiful and blissful in the beginning, and you have this lovely fantasy that this person's going to fulfill you and make you whole again. Love is when people meet you in the deepest depths of all that you are, in your joy, in your messiness, when you feel that you look like shit, when you feel like you're not good enough. Love is meeting each other with total open-heartedness, with unconditional purity and innocence, honouring each other's fears and seeing the best in one another, even when you're not at your best at that moment. So for Valentine's Day, honour those moments. Honour those moments of deep-hearted, loving, human connection with one another, and know that this is what we've come into this life to bring. This is what we've come to experience. This is what we've come to gift one another. And it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful lesson if you have the courage to really dive deeply into it. So, all my love to you, beautiful beings. And I hope that on this journey you learn to love yourself in all that you are, in all of your beauty and all of your messiness. You learn to love others, your partners, your friends, your children, your families. You learn to love this earth in total open-hearted gratitude, no longer taking anything for granted, but seeing every moment, every person that comes into your life as a miracle of this creation. So lots of love, beautiful beings.